Can I get a teleprompter?
Speak from the heart.
But say this.
Speak from the heart, but if you don't say this, I'll cut you. We have no chemistry. She's gonna edit.
Yeah, I hope. You know, you think you go to buy a car, right? And that process takes you a couple days because you don't do it that often. Well, think about redoing your whole house. You don't ever do that, you know, maybe once every 10 years, you know. But if you've got somebody who's done it time and time and time again, it's hugely efficient and it saves you a lot of money. I met Erin, we met at Starbucks.
We did.
She showed her portfolio.
Yeah, sparks flew.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay. For me, sparks weren't flying at that point.
Oh, well, that's like when I met my husband. He didn't care for me, but I told him I was going to marry him that night. But I'm a creep.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have had me running.
What advice would you tell people if they're like, oh, I don't need a designer, I'll just get a contractor?
You really need to get a designer because one, they have the vision. Two, they have all the resources. Not only did she kind of come up with all the design and everything, but she also did all the project management. She worked with the contractors, she bid out the contracts, she found all the furniture, she found all the flooring. I would literally just go to work all day long and then I would come home and, you know, my fireplace would have been ripped out or the cabinets would have been ripped out. Stuff just got done while I was at work and I would come home and, you know, there'd be sheetrock dust everywhere. After we went through this whole process, after her fees, I think I probably saved $40,000 to $50,000 and all the time and headache on it as well. So there's both the money, which is hugely important,
right,
but then there's just the lifestyle, the ease of life, having someone else do it. I spent about 3 or 4 months looking for a home, and when I walked into this one, I loved it. But I didn't care so much for how it looked on the inside, how it was decorated. It was a little dated, it was a little bit...
I would say it was pretty tragic.
Yes.
You know, it's all about priorities. And what we really did was kind of stripped it all down to really nothing, and then we kind of built it back up. The flow and the actual layout was pretty good to begin with. We gutted the kitchen and we made some of the entryways from room to room larger, and that really opened up the light. It's not such a total open floor plan. I mean, you still have your distinguished dining room next to the kitchen, but they're definitely 2 finite spaces, which I think works out really well.
The flooring had this original tile, which I didn't care for, Erin didn't care for. Originally, I was going to rip out all that tile and put in new tile at the beginning, and then she came back and said, we can do this plan, which you want to do, or we can save $30,000 and do this plan. And I would say it was 95% of the original plan, just in different materials, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and it's an LVT that we put on top of the original tile, so we didn't have to do any of the demo of the tile. We just a floating floor right on top, and it looks great. It looks like a, you know, cement tile, what you originally wanted.
At the end of the day, I probably saved, you know, $30,000 on the floor, but I think another $20,000 and there's other miscellaneous stuff here and there. Not only did she kind of come up with all the design and everything, but she also did all the project management. She worked with the contractors, she bid out the contracts, she found all the furniture, she found all the flooring. I would literally just go to work all day long and then I would come home and, you know, my fireplace would have been ripped out or the cabinets would have been ripped out. Stuff just got done while I was at work and I would come home and, you know, there'd be sheetrock dust everywhere. This was so much fun.
This is so much fun. Would you do it again?
No.
Okay.
Unless you really want me to.
No, not this interview. Would you do it again?
Oh, the renovation work? Well, maybe in 10 years, yes.
Okay. Do you know how many times I sold your house?
5.
Yeah.
That's what you told me.
5 times.
I know, that's awesome.
You know what I tell people?
What?
Everything's for sale.
It's right. It's true. It's true. There's a price
Make it a
I would.
whopper.
Yep. And there's a dollar amount I would walk for. I don't know what that is, but for sure.
I'm for sale.
Oh. Okay. You're expensive.
I'm very expensive.
But worth it.
100%. Anyways, I think that's good.
What's she looking at?
The way we done it.
She's like, oh, we never hit record.